Alright, so today I'm going to be talking about the differences between Scottish and Irish culture. I don't know about any of you, but I've never really noticed a huge difference between the two. I always kind of assumed they were practically the same thing, so we're going to delve a little deeper into what separates the two. And there's actually not that many different qualities between the two countries, so we're going to have to get a little nitpicky here. First, let's look a little deeper into the religions they follow. There's an obvious divide between the two countries and what faith they believe in. Ireland and their history, they have an adherence to Roman Catholicism, while on the other hand, Scotland underwent more of a Protestant Reformation. The difference in religious beliefs give a distinct socioeconomic impact to each country in its own way. Thus, it led to a strain on the relationship between the two countries. This can actually be seen in how people are portrayed from these countries in pop culture. We always see characters from Ireland being belligerent and heavy drinkers with red hair and tons of children or siblings, while Scottish are portrayed as bagpipe players wearing kilts and always wanting to fight, and from relatively small families as well. These stereotypes aren't always accurate, and in fact, the citizens from these countries get pretty. Now, moving on to the shared histories of these countries, both Scotland and Ireland share a Celtic history, therefore leading to their similar culture and lifestyles. And what I mean by Celtic history is these countries were occupied by Celts before they were overran by English, way back when. And this Celtic culture is actually the reason behind how each country in Great Britain has similar sounding dialects from one another, but they're also separate. Ireland's native dialect is actually Gaelic, which is pretty well known in the United States. It can be seen in movies like Brave and $1 Million Baby, while Scotland has a lesser known dialect called Gaelic. These languages are pretty similar and they share the same concept, but they're also pretty different. It's kind of like a Portuguese comparison. And if you listen pretty closely, you can tell the difference between their dialects and the way that they pronunciate certain words and their vernacular. Lastly, there's a monumental difference in the sports they play and value, which impacts their culture in more ways than you'd think. Scotland values their native roots, and it is reflective in the sports they play. The Scottish love their stick and ball sports, a majority of their popular sports being these, such as field hockey, cricket, and of course the game the Scots invented, golf. On the other hand, we have Ireland, whose main athletic focus is ball-based games. The most popular sports in Ireland by far are football, or as Americans call it, soccer, and another game that they invented their own called Gaelic football, which is basically a combination between rugby. The differences in sports they choose to play can historically reflect what core values each country amplifies. With Scotland, we can see through their sports of golf, field hockey, and cricket that their people value more finesse and focus, while on the other hand, we see Ireland, who plays Gaelic football and soccer, and that basically reflects that they value brute force and teamwork. Overall, there isn't really much to tell the differences between Scottish and Irish cultures, but looking as if we did in each country's history, we can uncover more differences in how each country's citizens go about their daily lives and what they value. Thank you.